Hello friends, welcome to today's lesson. And in this lesson we'll be solving some questions from the just ended exams. We're solving, I think, virtually everything. And these questions are a few things from our first term, which involve our knowledge of numbers, factors, least common multiples, tests of divisibility, expanded forms, decimals, fractions, and percentages. So we quickly go to our first question. It says that in which of the following sets of numbers are numbers arranged from in ascending order. The first thing is to explain what ascending order is, which is arranging from the least to the greatest. And looking at this, the first one is 507. The third is 573. Automatically, just watching from the first two, this A and C, you could see that they are quite bigger numbers with respect to B and then D, because B is 50371 and D is 50371. So it means that the context for the answers would be between B and D. Okay, we're looking at B. The second value after B is 53071. Okay, the same is for D. And the third value, 57071. And this is where they differ, 57301. It tells you this is bigger than the value in B is smaller than this one. So it means in arranging in ascending order, B stands out. Alright, so this is the right arrangement. Number 2, the two prime factors of 65 is, what are prime factors? Prime factors are two numbers that you multiply to get another number which are prime. Okay, so though we could multiply 1 and 65 to get 65, we could also, but then 65 is not a prime number. It has more than two factors. So our answer will be B, 5 and 13. Now the LCM of 3, 4 and then 5. 3, 4 and 5 is 60. Because 3 is equal to, as a prime factorization, 3 is equal to 1 times 3. 4 is equal to 2 times 2, and then 5 is equal to 1 times 5. And all these numbers don't have anything repeating at any point. So the LCM would be equal to this first value, 3 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 5. 3 times 2 is 6, 6, 2, 12, 12 times 5 is what? 60. So that's how we got the 60. Number 4, 918573 can be divisible by 3. Right, how do we test for the divisibility of 3? You add all the digits. When we add all the digits, and the answer is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. So let's add the digits in this number. Digits here are going to be 9 plus 1 plus 8 plus 5 plus 7 plus 3. You add all of this, you get 33. And 33 divided by 3 is 11. Therefore, this is a true statement. Number 5, the HCF of co-prime numbers is always going to be 1. Yeah, the product of 9 over 10 and 1 is the product of 9 over 10 and 1 is equal to 9 all over 9/10. So your answer is going to be C. Okay, now number 7, 88 and then 87 over 1000 is the same as, let's see, the highest place value here. The highest place value here is 8. Okay, the denominator for the fraction, for the proper fraction, is 1000. That means that the highest value place, the highest place when the number is written as a decimal should end as 1000. But if you want this 8, the highest for A is 0.87, and 7 is just 100. This is 870. This is tens, hundred, thousands, but it's not. We have 0 at the thousands place instead of 7. And this one 887, but then the question is there 87 and not 887. So the right value would be 088.087. Since this 7 is a thousand and is the only value here, so 0.87 will be this. So the answer is D. Now the expanded form for number 8, the expanded form for 805 plus 154, that would be 800 plus 5 plus 1/10 plus 4/100. So let's write it first and see if we can compare our answers here. So 800 plus 5 plus 1/10 plus 4/1000. Then this agrees with A, the answer A. Okay, so 4/1000, sorry. Now the next one is 4 plus 5/100 plus 7/100. So we have 4 here, and this is going to be 57/100. So you have to add this, and this. You would have 4 plus 50 all over 100. So 57/100 is what? 0.57. So 4 whole number and then 0.57. The answer is going to be C. Then we have the 6/10,000. 10,000. That would mean that the highest place value would be at 10,000. So let's see, tens, 100,000, tens, 100,000, and then 10,000. So the answer is going to be a B. All right. Next question. The word 100 means a little knowledge of math vocabulary. The word 100 means, sorry, the word cent, let's go back. The word cent means 100. 100. Now number 12, what is the simplest form of 4/20? Simplest form is the form that you can put any number in. That's the simplest form of a number is a form that you can put a number in such that the denominator and the numerator cannot be further divided or cannot be further broken down. So 4/20, let's divide both sides by 4. By 4, we'll get 1 out of 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 1 out of 5. Number 13, 7/8 is a proper fraction. Number 14, we have 7/4 times 12 all over 21. This would be equal to 7 times. So 7. Okay, first of all, we could cancel out some things. That's one thing I prompted you on. You don't just start multiplying. Whenever I give any question, you have to check the question to see if there are things you can cancel to reduce them into its simplest form. And it makes your work easier. So if you observe carefully, you could cancel this 4 into itself 1, 4 here 3, 7 into itself 1, 7 goes here 3. That would be 3 out of 3, which is equal to 1. I hope that's clear. Alright. Okay. Or you could also go your normal way, which is quite extended. That would be 7 over 4 times 12 over 21. 7 times 12 is 84. 4 times 12 is 84. 84 divided 84 divided by 84 is 1. So we have our answer right here, which is a 1. Now one whole number 3 over 7 is equal to, so this will be 1 is the same as one whole number 3 over 7. 1 is a whole fraction given us, so 7 over 7 plus 3 over 7 equals to 10 out of 7. Or you can also just go here, 7 into 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3, 10. 10 out of 7. So your answer is 10 out of 7. Okay. Alright, 5 over 9 plus 2 over 15. So this would be 5 over 9 plus 2 over 15. Now what's the LCM of 9 and 15? 9 and 15 is 45. 9 into 45, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 25. 15 into 45, 3 times 2 is 6. So we have that would be 31 all over 45. And our answer is 31 out of 45, and unfortunately it's not part of the possible answer, so we put it here, 31 all over 45. Right, the next thing would be 7 over 15 minus 2 over 15. This is a simple addition of like fractions. So 7 minus 2 gives us 5. Gives us 5. So 5 all over 15. If we just try to answer as 5 over 15, you also think that there's no possible answer here. But you're expected to change this into its simplest form, which is 1 out of 3. So the answer is going to be an A, 1 out of 3. Okay, so number 18, we have dash plus 4 over 5 equals to 4 over 5. Usually people try to solve everything. You're like, why should you solve? This equal to also means the same as. So what plus 4 over 5 is the same as 4 over 5? And answer is 0. So your answer is A. Alright, let's go to the next question. Number 19. 2 over 5 and 3 over 5 are, we call this like fractions because they share the same denominator. Next one, 7 over 10 plus 6 over 15 equals to dash plus 7 over 10. It means that what plus 7 over 10 is the same as 7 over 10 plus 6 over 15. Simply 6 over 15. So your answer is A. Now the answer to 4 minus 17 is, so 4 minus 17. That would be 4. Negative plus negative becomes positive 17. So this is multiplying the value here. So that would be 21, positive 21. Which of the following is written in descending order of magnitude? This is one question I think most people found quite difficult, because people still feel that bigger, when numbers look big, they are really big without respecting whether they are negative or positive. Now, the first thing is descending order simply means that you are ranging from the biggest number to the lowest. And the biggest number amongst all of this is, of course, 8. So definitely the context will be between this and that. But then the next bigger number is not negative 7, because negative 7 is actually the smallest number in all of this. So 8, negative 1, negative 2 before negative 7. So your answer should be C. Is that okay? Alright, so let's see number 23. Negative 4 plus negative 5. So two negative numbers adding, you get a negative number as well. That would be negative 9. And that is an A. Okay, number 24. Going up by 16 floors. What statement is this? It's a positive statement, because if you have a Cartesian plane like this, going up would have been so plus, so you're going up, we would have been climbing up like this, going up 16 floors. That will be plus 16. Now 0 is neither negative, 0 is greater than any negative number. Of course it's true, because 0 is even bigger than negative 1 billion, negative 1 million and all that. So it's true. Okay, that means to express a fraction in its simplest form. So the word even betrays the answer. The question betrays itself. So simplest, simplify. So your answer is a B. Okay, next set of questions. One out of 100 equal parts. The position of the second digit to the right of the decimal point is, so the first thing is this. Let's try see this. If you have a number like 23.254, so the position of the second digit to the right, so there are about 3 digits on the right, as we can see. 3 digits to the right, we have 2, we have 5, we have 4. So the position of the second digit to the right of the decimal point, this is this guy. So that will be a number like this. I just use this number to help us. That would be 100. Or just from the words, 1 over 100 is 100. 100. So simple. Alright, 28. Which operation is the same as repeated subtraction? Division, of course. A number when divided by 2 leaves a remainder is an odd number. Odd number. Now a whole number that has more than 2 factors is composite. I'm prime, P-R-I-M-E. My factors are only 1 and E. Numbers that divide evenly. I'm composite. My factors are more than 1 and me. Numbers that divide evenly. So composites are numbers that divide. The number of composite numbers are 4, 6, and it goes on. Great. If you followed me so far, we've just finished our objective questions, our multiple choice questions, and we are at section B, or the second section, which involved a lot of writing, subjective stuff here. Now the first question, 20 out of 50 chairs are blue in color. What percentage of the chairs are blue? So the first thing is 20 out of 50 are blue. What percentage of the chairs are blue? It simply means change 20 out of 50 into a percent. And then a percentage is any value. A percentage is any fraction with the denominator being 100. So this question simply is asking you, create a like fraction of 20 over 50 having a denominator of 100. So what do? I multiply this by 2, multiply this by 2. This would be 40 all over 100 equal to 40%. So simple. Now the next question is, express 28 over 200 as a percentage. The same thing applies here. I'm being asked to change this to be a like fraction with a denominator of 100. So I'll divide both sides by 4. Now what's 28 divided by 4? 7, of course. And then 400 divided by 4 is 100. So 7 over 100 is also the same as 7%. So my answer should be written this way, just as I wrote this one. Now number 2. Sonia made 8 pizzas. She distributed the pizzas to 7 friends equally. How many pizzas did each friend receive? Give your answer as a mixed fraction in its simplest form. The first thing to know is she distributed. Distribute means to divide. So we have 8 divided by 7. And then division problems can also be written as fractions. 8 over 7 is 8 divided by 7 is the same as 8 over 7, which is equal, this being changed into a mixed fraction. How many times that 7 go into 8? Goes 1 times, remainder 1 out of 7. Okay, B. Joanna has Ghana cedi 800. So when you are solving word problems, make sure you read everything first. Joanna has Ghana cedi 800. He wants to buy a game charts cost 69.20 Ghana cedis. A book that costs 19.95 Ghana cedis. Does she have enough money to also buy a watch that costs 22.80 Ghana cedis? Explain your answer. So the first thing is to find the price of the cost of the game is equal to Ghana cedi 69.20. The book is equal to Ghana cedis 19.95. And then, so if she buys these two things, that would mean addition of decimals, 69.20 plus 19.95. So we add quickly. 0 plus 5, 5, 9 plus 2, 11, 1, remainder 1, 9 plus 9, 10, 10 plus 9, 19, 19, remainder 1, so we carry 1 here. 6 plus 1, 7, so 89.15. Therefore, she buys, from buying the game and the book, she has spent 89.15, and we were told that she has 100 cedis. So if she has 100 cedis, that means, so amount left after her first purchase, that would be 100.00 minus 89.15. So much will be left for her to pay. So what do? We need 0 minus 5 is not possible, so we'll transfer till we get to this point. So we transfer 1 here, this becomes 10, so 10, but then this is not what we need, so we move this guy here, this becomes 10, but this becomes 9, this becomes a 9 finally. This also becomes a 10, but when you transfer it becomes a 9. 1 here, this you transfer again, this becomes a 9, and then only this becomes a 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 1 is 8, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 8 is 1. So the amount left after purchasing the game and the book is 10.85, which of course is not enough to buy a watch. So you simply write the amount left is after buying the game and book is Ghana cedis 10.85. Since the watch costs Ghana cedis 22.80, we can therefore say that Joanna does not have enough money to buy the watch. To buy the watch, simply. All right, let's quickly move to the next question. Okay, find the sum of the following numbers. We have 63 plus 7.497 is equal to 63.00. To just help you, make sure the first thing is to position your numbers very well. So 7 here, 0.497, and nothing else. So you don't put the 7 under the 6 and mix things anyhow. You should have it here like this. Beautiful. So you're adding. So to just make things simpler, you could put a 0 here. So 0 plus 7 is 7. 9 plus 0, 9. 4.73 is 10. 0 plus 1 and 70.407. Alright, next question is 63.42. So let's put the answer here. 70.497. Okay, 63.42 plus 69.21. This would be 2 plus 1, 3, 4 plus 2, 6, 3 plus 9, plus 9, 12, 2 plus 1, 6 plus 6, 12, and then 13. So this would be 132.63. Alright, let's see a couple of questions on subtraction of. This is 63.92 minus 42.31. Now over here, 2 minus 1 is 1. 9 minus 3 is 6. 0.3 minus 2 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. So over here, we would have 21.61 as our answer. Now let's see the second one, which is the II. We have 19.01 minus 15.24. So this one, the one is smaller than 4, so we have to borrow till we get to this place. So this becomes 8, and then we send 1 here. This becomes 10. But just when we are about to write a 10, this one is also requesting for another value, so it becomes 11, and this becomes 9. So 11 minus 4 is 7. 9 minus 2 is also 7 points. Remember, this is 8, not 9. 8 minus 5 is 3, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 3.77. Okay, next question. Right, next question is a question on multiplication of decimals. You have 4.5 times 3. The first thing you could do, I'll use about 3 different ways to explain this. So 4.5 times 3 could be written as 4 45 all over 10 times 3. So I change the decimal into a fraction and I solve from there. So 45 times 3 is equal to 135 all over 10. So we have 1 0 here. So it means you move one time to your left. And that becomes 13.5. Or we could also see it from this angle. 4.5 times 3. 4.5 is the same as 4 whole number plus, or 4 plus 0.5. That makes sense. Okay, so but 4 plus 0.5 can be written as 4 and then 1 out of 2. So all of this times 3. This will be 4 times 3 plus 1 over 2 times 3. And 4 times 3 is 12. 1 over 3 times 1 over 2 times 3 is 3 out of 2. So I use the 3 to multiply the whole number, which gave me 12. I'm using the 3 this time around to multiply the fraction. It gives me 3 over 2. So my final answer can be 12 whole number 3 out of 2, also equal to 27 all over 2. This is the same as this, also the same as this. Very simple. Or lastly, so if 1, 2, and then 3. Lastly, 4.5 times 3 means multiplications are repeated additions. I think this will occur to most of you. Multiplications are repeated additions. So this means that I'm adding 4.5 3 times plus 4.5 plus 4.5. So this is 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 5, 15. 5 carry 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So 13.5. 13.5. So you could use a lot of options to solve this without necessarily having to squeeze yourself to learn how to multiply fractions or to do something complex with the decimals. Just change the decimals into various forms of fractions and then you are very good to go. Now for the next question, I'll be using just one method and I would expect that you use any of the others to cross-check to see if you have understood what I just explained. Second question is 8.0 times 8.4. So it's the same as 8 times 8.4 is 84 all over 10. 8.4 is 84 all over 10. And 8 times 84 is 672 all over 10. We can just put 1 here to help your multiplication. So 8 times 84 is 672. 1 times 10 is 10. So your answer becomes, how many times? We have 1 0 here. That means the denominator is 10. It simply tells us we would move this once to the left, 1 time to the left. Alright, so it becomes 27.2. Very interesting stuff here. Alright, let's go to, so we put my answer here, 67.2. Alright, this question is very interesting. Number 4. I see a couple of students over struggling to do this. This is 3 whole number 3 over 9 plus 4 whole number 2 over 3. Now, whenever you are adding anything, whenever you are working with fractions, have a goal in mind. The goal is that you want to solve with fractions in their simplest form. You don't just see questions and rush quickly and start changing them into their proper fractions, improper fractions, whatsoever. No, because that would sometimes make your work very, very bulky. So that would mean that I will just do this. So 3 whole number 3 over 9. This can be written as 3 whole number. 3 over 9 is what? 1 out of 3, because this fraction can be reduced to its simplest form. plus 4 whole number, 2 out of 3. If I do this, I've been saved myself the work of having to change them into their like fractions and all that. So yeah, I just add the whole numbers, 3 plus 4, and then I add the like fractions, 2 over 3. I'll get 7 plus 3 all over 3. I'll get 7 plus 3 all over 3, which is equal to 7. 3 over 3 is 1. So 7 plus 1 is equal to 8. That's my final answer. Very simple. Alright. This is 8. Now I think you could, from what I just did, you now have a clue on how to solve this question. 6 plus 9, 11 whole number, 6 over 28 plus 9 whole number, 12 over 14. It will be 11. 6 out of 28 can be reduced 2 here. 2 into 6, 3. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So divide by 2, divide by 2, 14. 9 plus 12 all over 14. There's no need trying to break this guy down, since though it's possible, but you want to have like fractions to make your addition easy. So that would be 11 plus 9 plus 3 over 14 plus 12 over 14. That would be equal to 20 plus 15 over 14. So your final answer is going to be 20 whole number, 15 out of 14. So simple. So we have it here, 20 whole number, 15 out of 14. Now the next question is to find a difference. The first thing, the difference means the answer to subtraction problem. So we have 7, 9 over 14 minus 4 whole number, 1 over 4. Now the first thing to do is that whenever you are going to work on subtraction of fractions, you subtract. You don't make the fractions here to be improper fractions. But then 7 is the same as 14 over 14, 7 of them. So 14 over 14, just to remind us, but we have a video on that already. So 7 is the same as 14 over 14. So this whole expression, 7 whole number 9 over 14, is what we have here, 14 over 14. So this is what this becomes 1 plus 14 over 14 is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7 plus 9 over 14. So this is the same thing. So therefore we could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could take this, 6. We could circle 6 of them and have 6 whole number, 14 over 14 plus 9 over 14. Then this can now be written as 6 whole number, 14 plus 9 is 23 all over 14. 23 all over 14, so that we can easily subtract the fractions. Alright, so now I could now write the whole of this as 6 whole. So we have 6 whole number, 23 over 14 minus 4 whole number, 1 over 4. So we can now subtract 6 minus 4 and then plus 23 over 14 minus 1 all over 4. Alright, so this becomes 2 plus 14 over 4 is, the LCM of 14 and 4 is 28. Now 14 into 20, 14 goes into 28 2 times, right? So 2 times 23 gives us 46. 4 into 28 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. So we have for this part 39 over 28. So that would be 2 plus 39 all over 28 equals to 2 whole number 39 all over 28. So that's how we are supposed to solve it. Now let's solve the next question as well. Alright, so the next question goes this way: 12 whole number 6 all over 18 minus 2 whole number 7 over 12. So the first thing is to make this one an improper fraction. But that would mean that you are taking one of the whole numbers, whole fractions that makes up 12 to this place. So that this left with 11 whole number 18 over 18 over 18 plus. Alright, let's even take it from this point. So like I always recommend, you have to put numbers in their simplest form before you start working. So if 6 over 18 can be put in a simpler form, that would be 12 whole numbers divided by 3 divided by 6. Let's use 6 divided by 6. That would be 1 all over 3 minus 2 whole number 7 all over 12. So if we have this, we could make this one an improper fraction. So that would mean taking one of the whole fractions from 12 to this place. So that would be left with 11 plus 3 over 3 plus 1 over 3. All of this minus 2 whole number 7 over 12. It will be equal to 11 whole number 4 over 3 minus 2 whole number 7 all over 12. Now let's subtract the whole numbers. 11 minus 2, then we add the subtraction of the fractions. 4 over 3 minus 7 all over 12. So 11 minus 2 is 9 plus 3 over 12. We look for the LCM of 3 and 12 now becomes 12. 3 into 12 4 times. 3 into 12 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 12 into 12 1 times 7 is 7. So this becomes 9 plus 16 minus 7 is also 9 all over 12. Now I could break this into its simplest form again. 9 plus 9 over 12 is divided by 3 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So it's equal to 9 whole number 3 out of 4. That's it. So we have here 9 whole number 3 out of 4. Okay, I think we are the last section of our work. 4 whole number 3 over 7 times 2. Let's quickly put them here. 4 whole number 3 over 7 times 2. Okay, so let's change this one to an improper fraction. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 3. 28 plus 3 is 31 all over 7 times 2. It's all over 1. So this is 62 all over 7. Alright, the next question. So 62 over 7. 1 over. So we have our next question here, which is CII. That would be 1 over 5 times 7 whole number 2 over 4. It will be equal to 1 over 5 times 4 times 7 is 28. 28 plus 2 is 30 all over 4, which is equal to 30 all over 20 is equal to 3. So this is the same as 20 into 30. How many times? 1 time. Remember, 10 over 20. So this in a simple form would be one whole number 1 over 2, or one whole number 1 whole number over 2 equal to 1.5. So your answer here should be 1.5. Alright, we go to the next question for this segment. Awudu had 2 over 3 of a bar of chocolate. He ate 1 over 5 of it. What fraction of the bar of chocolate is left? So this is the original to what he had initially, and then he ate means is reducing, subtract. So that would mean 2 over 3 minus 1 all over 5. You want to make this, so LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. 3 into 15, how many times? 5 times. 5 times 2, 10 minus 5 into 15, 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. That would be equal to 7 all over 15. So if we add 1 over 5, it's going to have 7 out of 15 left. Alright, so thank you very much, and this is how we end our question discussion for second term in basic 5 or grade 5. Alright, thank you and see you. Bye bye.